Welcome to Palmilla, a gated and guarded, resident-owned 55 and better community in Mission Viejo, California. Palmilla is comprised of over 900 dwellings located on 200 plus acres. There's a nice mix of attached and detached single-family homes of up to 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, ranging in size from 900 to nearly 2,500 square feet. If you have an interest in Palmilla or similar communities, please call us at 760-798-9024 or email team@dreamwellhomes.com.
I always tell people that I lived with my grandparents because my mom and I needed to take care of them, which is mostly true. However, the main reason is that we had no other choice. My mom and I had been evicted from our 2-bedroom apartment when a subletter we found on Craigslist got upset and tattled on us to the complex. With no money for rent and anyone willing to rent from us, my grandparents offered us a place to stay in their suburban paradise. Their house only had 2 bedrooms, and there wasn't really any room for us to stay. We had thought our living arrangements would be temporary, so my mom, being the crafty and scrappy queen that she is, bought an outdoor gazebo covering from Home Depot, set up our huge queen shabby chic bed, and made ourselves a little home in the backyard. It was essentially glamping at its finest, but obviously the model suburban community and some of our neighbors weren't too happy with our arrangement, including our crotchety old neighbor who effectively created a war between us and the Residents Association.
Dear Mr. Bosch, owning and living within Palmilla offers many advantages to the homeowner and resident, and, at the same time, imposes some restrictions. These restrictions are not meant as an inconvenience or an invasion of your freedoms, but rather as a means of maintaining the harmony within our community. It has been reported to the association that you have installed a temporary structure in your backyard, canvas gazebo or canopy. This type of structure is not permitted within Palmilla. See page 40, Article 6 of Palmilla Master Association CC&Rs enclosed. Please have the structure removed immediately and notify this office in writing when done. Thank you in advance for your cooperation and understanding. Sincerely, Community Relations Coordinator on behalf of the Palmilla Master Association.
It was clear that our neighbor's goal was to get me kicked out of the community, but interestingly, her approach of doing so was to complain about the erection of the gazebo. The controversy then surrounded upholding the norms which maintain the aesthetic regulations of the insular community. Enforcement of such regulations could be found in every corner of the crafted society. If you notice, no cars are parked on the street because it apparently produces too much clutter. Additionally, all the houses have to be painted within the same color palette.
Dear Joy, I am so sorry for having such a hard time being in compliance with the CC&Rs. In this particular case, though, I wonder if the apparent non-compliance isn't more of a technicality rather than a bona fide violation. The Article 11 page that you enclosed makes it quite clear that its purpose is to prevent nuisance, clutter, unsightliness, and the like by specifically calling out commercial activities, unattractive signs, nuisance activities, temporary structures like trailers, tents, shacks, and barns, and of course, recreational vehicles. The structure we have in our backyard is a high-quality gazebo suitable for human use, not a junk storage facility. The only word in Article 11 that comes close to applying to it is tent, but in the context of the entire article, our gazebo is not in the category of objects deemed nuisances. Since Section 11.3 gives the board the right to determine if something does or does not constitute a nuisance, may I invite a representative of the board to visit our house and render a judgment. We will, of course, abide by your decision. Sincerely, Eugene Bosch.
The letter battles went on for months.
Dear Mr. Bosch,
Dear Board of Directors,
this letter is to notify you the Palmilla Master Board of Directors denied your request to retain the gazebo in your backyard.
I hereby appeal your decision of denying my request to retain a gazebo in my backyard.
In order to appeal, please put your request in writing to the board within 30 days of the board's decision and explain the reason for your appeal.
The basis of my appeal is that you are misinterpreting Article 11
We
of
are
the
obligated by
CC&Rs.
law to advise that per Civil Code, Section
Merely repeating the assertion that it violates the CC&Rs would not constitute an, quote, explanation of why the proposed change is disapproved,
see page
unquote,
40,
as
Article
required
6
by Civil
of
Code
Palmilla Master
Section
Association,
4765.
CC&Rs enclosed.
Again, I apologize for bringing up this issue in a time of crisis, but I do not want my rights to be swept away by a flood not of my making.
Palmilla was relentless, and our gazebo was proving to be less than ideal when it came to braving the harsh Santa Ana winds, which would often leave our backyard in a wreck. One night, my mom and I stayed up, tying the corners of our gazebo down with cords to our heavy bed frame, in hopes that our gazebo wouldn't physically fly away with a sudden severe gust of wind. We braved many cold and rainy nights, but alas, our little hut was blown down by the powers that be, Palmilla. What do you like about it here?
It's just very peaceful. It's quiet. You don't have kids and cars running up and down the street all the time, like in most communities.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like living in a resort to me. I think, and when you come in the gate and you see the palm trees, to me, it's like I'm driving into Palm Springs.
How long have you lived here?
I've been here 5 years, but my mom and dad were original owners across the street from your grandparents for 28 years till they passed away.
Costco shirt, Suburbia. Adidas shorts. Yeah, this is more like Oregon.
What do you think about Suburbia, Dee Dee?
I like it, but I wish we just had. I like it where you could just get on a trail and step outside your door and go on a beautiful nature hike.
How would you define Suburbia?
I mean, it's nice, but I don't know. Look at your cookie cutter homes. Pros and cons.
What are the pros?
You have, well, this community, it's 55 and older.
Yeah.
A little more strict about things, but where I live, it's nice because we get to meet our neighbors.
Huh.
But
Do you think there's a strong sense of community in Suburbia?
Well, this is all I've ever known, so I make friends with my neighbors and I like them. But someday I think it would be fun to live on a ranch or something, but then I was thinking, I might not get to talk to people too often.
Do you feel like you get to know your neighbors very well in this community?
Most of them stay inside. I mean, I see people when I'm walking, but most people stay to themselves, except for the events that they have, at the clubhouse and different things. I mean, I do see people all the time, but it's just relaxing to me.
Do you like how all the houses kind of look the same? There's like a certain uniformity to it?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I mean, because everybody has different colored paint. It's like the one next door needs to be painted because that's 100 years old. I mean, that's a 30-year-old color. But yeah, I like it. It doesn't bother me.
Nice.
At least, I mean, there's too many trees here. I think we have like 3,700 trees. Way too many trees.
How can you have too many trees?
Fire hazard part of it, plus the mess that it causes, and they're actually overgrown. I mean, they're 30-year-old trees, and they just continue to keep growing. So
Yeah.
I'm not a tree person.
So if you had a year where you just cut the trees down.
I wouldn't want any trees. I mean, I think it looks better. Like, I get a lot of compliments in my house because it's clean. It's just clean looking, and it doesn't have a bunch of stuff all over the place.
What the Board of Association and our neighbor couldn't see was all the delight and comfort that my mom and I brought into the household as a result of us living in the outdoor gazebo. In the years to come, my mom and I slept inside, on ground pads and the couch, until our papa passed away and there was another space in the bed.
Love you both.
During that time, we pretty effectively hid myself from street view in fear of seriously getting kicked out. We contained our joy to the confines of our home, which certainly defied the rich expectations of a sunny Southern California family.
Love you! Bye!
I often wonder where individuality is found in an environment where aesthetics are regulated and uniformity is enforced. After all, sterility, displacement, and rapid growth is the business and selling point of suburbia.